In this video, we will talk about Top 10 Famous Crimes in the World. Discussing the top 10 famous crimes in the world is a vast topic that covers a wide range of criminal activities, from heists and murders to political scandals. 1. The Jack the Ripper Murders. The Jack the Ripper murders took place in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888. The killer, who became known as Jack the Ripper, murdered at least 5 women. All the victims were prostitutes. These murders happened over a few months, and the killer's identity remains a mystery to this day. Jack the Ripper targeted women who were alone and vulnerable. He would approach them at night and attack them in secluded areas. His method was brutal. He would slit their throats and then mutilate their bodies. The precision of the mutilation suggested that he had some knowledge of human anatomy, which led some to believe that he might have been a doctor or butcher. The Ripper sent letters to the police and newspapers, taunting them and claiming responsibility for the murders. Some of these letters included gruesome details only the killer would know. This added to the fear and hysteria in London at the time. Despite the extensive investigation and numerous suspects, the police never caught Jack the Ripper. Many theories have emerged over the years about his identity, ranging from members of the royal family to famous artists. However, no conclusive evidence has ever been found. The Jack the Ripper case is one of the most famous unsolved murder mysteries in history. It has been the subject of countless books, films, and studies. The case also highlighted the poor living conditions in the East End of London and led to calls for social reform. It remains a fascinating and chilling chapter in the history of crime. 2. The Lindbergh Kidnapping. In 1932, the world was shocked by the kidnapping of Charles Lindbergh Jr., the 20-month-old son of famous aviator Charles Lindbergh. The child was taken from his family home in New Jersey. A ransom note demanding $50,000 was left at the scene. The Lindberghs paid the ransom, but tragically, the child's body was found 2 months later, not far from the family home. The baby had been killed on the night he was taken. The case triggered a massive manhunt and became a media sensation. In 1934, a German immigrant named Bruno Hauptmann was arrested for the crime. He was found with part of the ransom money and was convicted of kidnapping and murder. Hauptmann maintained his innocence until his execution in 1936. The Lindbergh kidnapping had a huge impact on American society. It led to the passage of the Lindbergh Law, which made kidnapping a federal crime. The case also highlighted issues related to media coverage of high-profile crimes and the pressures it can place on law enforcement and the judicial system. The kidnapping and murder of Charles Lindbergh Jr. remain one of the most notorious crimes in American history, partly because of the involvement of such a high-profile family. The case continues to be studied and has inspired numerous books and films. 3. The Great Train Robbery. In 1963, a gang of 15 robbers hijacked a Royal Mail train in England, stealing £2.6 million. They tampered with railway signals and overpowered the train crew. Despite careful planning, fingerprints on a Monopoly game led to several arrests. Many gang members received long prison sentences, but some money was never recovered. The robbery inspired numerous books and films and led to increased security for valuable transports. 4. The O.J. Simpson Trial. In 1994, O.J. Simpson, a famous former football player, was accused of killing his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. The trial was a huge media event that captivated the nation. It highlighted issues of race, celebrity, and the legal system in the United States. Many people watched the trial closely, and it sparked intense debates and discussions. One of the key aspects of the trial was the use of DNA evidence, which was still a relatively new tool in criminal investigations at the time. The evidence pointed to Simpson's involvement, but there were also many questions about the handling of the evidence by the police. This led to arguments about whether the evidence could be trusted. Despite the DNA evidence and other factors, Simpson was acquitted in the criminal trial, meaning he was found not guilty of the murders. However, in a separate civil trial, he was found liable for the deaths and ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages to the victims' families. The O.J. Simpson case remains a significant cultural moment in American history. It continues to influence conversations about race, justice, and the media's role in high-profile legal cases. The trial showed the growing importance of DNA evidence in solving crimes and brought to light many of the complexities within the American legal system. 5. The Enron Scandal. Enron, once a top energy company, collapsed in 2001 due to widespread fraud. Executives used accounting tricks to hide debts and inflate profits. When the truth emerged, Enron's stock plummeted, and employees lost jobs and savings. CEO Jeffrey Skilling and Chairman Kenneth Lay were convicted, with Skilling serving prison time and Lay dying before sentencing. The scandal led to the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, improving corporate transparency and accountability. 6. The Watergate Scandal. In 1972, a break-in at the Democratic National Committee's headquarters led to a major political scandal involving President Richard Nixon. Investigations revealed illegal activities and abuses of power by Nixon's administration. Facing impeachment, Nixon resigned in 1974. Several aides were convicted of crimes. Watergate led to widespread distrust in the government and reforms in campaign finance and investigative journalism. 7. The Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is an unidentified serial killer who operated in Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. He claimed responsibility for several murders and sent taunting letters and cryptograms to the press. Despite extensive investigations, his identity remains unknown. The case is one of the most famous unsolved mysteries, inspiring books and films and leading to advances in criminal profiling and forensic science. 8. The Bernie Madoff Ponzi Scheme. Bernie Madoff ran the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauding investors of $65 billion. He promised high returns, using new investors' money to pay off earlier ones. The scheme collapsed during the 2008 financial crisis. Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison, where he died in 2021. The scandal led to increased scrutiny and regulation of the financial industry to prevent similar schemes. 9. The Black Dahlia Murder. In 1947, aspiring actress Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, was found brutally murdered in Los Angeles. Her body was mutilated and posed, sparking a media frenzy. Despite numerous suspects and extensive investigations, the case remains unsolved. The Black Dahlia murder has become a part of American pop culture, inspiring books, films, and TV series, and highlighting Hollywood's dark side. 10. The Brinks-Mat Robbery. In 1983, robbers stole £26 million in gold, diamonds, and cash from the Brinks-Mat warehouse at Heathrow Airport, London. The gang had inside help and used threats and violence. They melted down the gold to sell it, but many were eventually caught. Some gold was recovered, but much remains missing. The robbery inspired many crime stories and led to increased security for valuable goods. These top 10 famous crimes showcase a wide array of criminal activities that have left a significant mark on history. Each case provides insights into different aspects of human behavior, societal reactions, and the evolution of law enforcement techniques. From unsolved mysteries and gruesome murders to high-profile political scandals and financial frauds, these crimes continue to fascinate and inform our understanding of criminality and justice. These cases have inspired numerous books, films, and TV shows, reflecting society's enduring interest in crime and its consequences. They also highlight the importance of advances in forensic science, criminal profiling, and legal reforms in tackling complex criminal activities. The legacy of these crimes extends beyond their immediate impact, shaping public policy, legal frameworks, and cultural narratives around crime and justice. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.